The following is a live presentation of Strathroy Rockets hockey. Aspro's in alone. Daniel Aspro, breakaway, scores! Left to the net here, still has it. Over to the side, center, scores! Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the West Middlesex Memorial Center for tonight's GOJHL action between the visiting Lasalle Vipers and your hometown Strathroy Rockets. I'm Noah Smith. Matt Hiscox alongside me for the call tonight as we get to see two teams that are facing each other for already the third time in this young season as LaSalle makes their second trip here to Strathroy.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting game tonight. Both teams are coming off losses last game, with LaSalle losing Wednesday night, in St. Mary's, and Strathroy losing in Kamoka last Sunday. So they've had time to regroup themselves. LaSalle a little less time, so we'll see who comes out the more hungry team tonight.
Strathroy coming off, as you mentioned there, a loss in Kamoka on Sunday of last weekend, a game in which they came from behind to tie it late thanks to a couple of goals from Brandon Ballas, one scoring very late with 5.3 seconds left on the clock to tie the game at 3. They would eventually go on to lose that game in a shootout. The Rockets have not had very good luck in the shootout so far this season. One of the things that they're going to have to really focus on moving forward, I would say. I talked with Eldon Dunseith about it on the call on Sunday, and he said this team doesn't have any star scorers, and that is what hurts them in the shootout.
No, and we've even seen this last weekend here at the Wellness Center, or at the Middlesex Memorial Arena, is you have to get dirty goals. Carson Perry's goal was a chip in from just below the dot. So you got to get in, get dirty, get the shots on net, and go for the rebounds. You're not going to have that beautiful Austin Matthews shot every game. You got to get in there, get the shots, get in dirty, and that's where the goals are going to come. And we'll see if they can do that tonight against the Vipers.
They're going to score, and they're going to score in not the prettiest of ways is what we're starting to see from this Strathroy Rockets team this year. If they're going to want to win when games go past regulation, it seems like they're going to have to start doing that in overtime as opposed to in the shootout when, well, other teams just have really good scores. The only guy who's scored in the shootout for Strathroy so far is Matthew Pimentel, and he's scored a pair of goals already. But unfortunately, when it's only one guy scoring and he's only scored a couple of times, you're not going to win many shootouts.
No, those are tough, especially when you only have that one guy that can come in and shoot out. And the thing in overtime that teams have got to remember is it gets down, and when you're down even one player, when it goes 4-on-4 or 4-on-3 for a penalty or 3-on-3, that gets dangerous. You slow it down and have all control of that puck, that's when you can capitalize on turnovers, a bad line change, even a guy falling. That's when you have to capitalize, and that's when they have to look at is doing that in overtime instead of breaking it to the shootouts.
The Rockets are going to have to come in here tonight and play shorthanded. They have 7 guys out of their regular lineup tonight, 7 guys that are not dressing, and it's injuries, it's suspensions, it's everything you could think of. Nelson was up with the Bulldogs in the OHL last night, where he actually, from what we've heard, might have hurt himself. But aside from that, they have 7 guys out of the lineup tonight, Matt. That hurts them. 3 guys making their way into the lineup tonight. Nathan Lavender, Noah Kostescu, and then Toby Rizzo, who you might remember from 2 years ago. He's down playing in Junior C Mount Bridges this year. He's up with the Rockets again tonight.
Yeah, he's going to be an interesting one to watch tonight. I expect him to be a bigger point on this team than we expect, because he's played with the Rockets before. He knows what the building's like. I think he's going to have a really big impact tonight on the game, more than what people are even thinking being a call-up from Junior C.
So 2 others in the lineup. Kostescu we've seen so far this season. Nathan Lavender, he's the forward from Sarnia, getting into the game tonight for Strathroy. The only new look face we're getting for the Rockets in terms of call-ups tonight, so we'll keep an eye on him as well. He is, we believe, wearing number 20. Kostescu wearing 25, and Rizzo 26. So we'll keep an eye on those 3 guys tonight. The Rockets going with Gordy O'Dwyer in net tonight, Matt. They've been switching back and forth, it seems like, every game. If they get a win, they'll try to ride the hot hand, but unfortunately they haven't got 2 in a row, so they go back to Gordy O'Dwyer tonight.
Yeah, O'Dwyer's going to make his return to the net. Matt played really well the last 2 games. You got to even credit him when he played there in Kamoka. Really well, well-managed game for himself, even though they did end up losing the game. But he played really well. O'Dwyer will look to bounce back tonight. see if he can get a really good handle. Hope his defense can not let him be outshot, too. That's the biggest thing, is not be outshot in this game.
So the Rockets looking to get back into the win column. A loss Sunday in Kamoka. They got their first win on home ice a week ago today against the St. Thomas Stars, and they'll try to ride on that one as well before they hit the road tomorrow for the first meeting of the season against the Chatham Maroons. We haven't seen them yet this year. Already almost a dozen games into the season for some teams, and we get our first look at Chatham tomorrow, but we'll focus on the game tonight as we get to see Lasalle for the third time this season. And the Rockets, despite Lasalle being atop the standings, they're in third place, I believe, right now. The Rockets have played Lasalle well.
Yeah, and the biggest thing that they can go on is their starting goalie. 8 of 9 games this year. Matthew Tovell, he has been incredible for the Vipers this year. He has a 185, which puts him 11th all in the league and actually top in the Western Conference for goalies. He's going to be big. They got to get shots on him. He's faced a lot of rubber this year.
He'll be the guy starting this contest, as we suspected, for the LaSalle Vipers. And as mentioned, Gordy O'Dwyer will be the starting goaltender for the Strathroy Rockets. We'll now go down to ice level for the national anthems. So the anthem's complete and just about ready for hockey here in Strathroy. As mentioned, good evening. I'm Noah Smith. Matt Hiscox alongside me up here above center ice in the broadcast booth to call the action for you tonight as the Rockets look to get back in the win column against the always tough and always exciting to play against LaSalle Vipers. They're in town tonight wearing the black road uniforms in the first half of the season. The Rockets wearing their home whites. They'll be going from right to left on your screen if you're watching on Hockey TV. The Vipers from left to right.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for the Rockets. You have the top goalie in the Western Conference, the top defenseman in scoring in the Western Conference, and the 12th ranked in the league defenseman in the league for the Vipers. All those players for the Vipers, they're going to be tough. Matthew Tovell, Spencer Lecotte, and Shane Horn for them.
Hogarth, Pimentel, and Kane Johnson up front to start things for Strathroy as we're underway. Dumped in and quickly turned over by the Vipers. Bucker working forward in on the right side across the blue line to Morneau. A shot on, and O'Dwyer getting tested early, making the save, covering up just 11 seconds in.
Quick speed already from the Vipers. It's going to be really important for the Rockets to manage this first 5 minutes. They didn't really manage it last time here when they faced the Stars, so they really got to manage this first 5 minutes and make sure that they stay zeros.
Face off, one back. Vipers keep it alive inside the zone. Gillis had that one knocked off his stick. The Rockets get it back. Quickly work up ice. Pimentel at center, knocked away from him. Now he'll get it back coming across the blue line. Pimentel looking for a pass, hands it off down low. Johnson back up to the point. Marshall, and it gets over to the Vipers who work it forward to center and dumping it in Morneau. O'Dwyer was out of his net to play it right onto the stick there of Marshall in the corner, but the Vipers and Booker turn it over. Looking for a line change here. This Vipers first shift out there. Rockets looking to try and do the same as Kane Johnson can't clear. Gets it up to the blue line, but not out. And now he finally does kick it out of the blue line here. The Rockets will get a line change. Up through center. Here comes Horn. Pass over to the left side. Trying to cut to the middle there, but lost it. Was Crevier, and now the Rockets work forward. Riley Wood chips that one past before he's stopped up at the blue line. Pavia back down low in the corner. Cross to the D-man, and now up the ice. Knocked down at center. Nice play there by Smith to keep it alive here as the Rockets and Ballas come in on the side, and the shot will go off a stick and into the corner. Ballas again, dodging a hit, hands it off down low, pass out front from Wood. Nobody was there, comes all the way back out to center for Kindry. Now Kindry will take it back into the Strathroy zone, handed it over to Smith. Smith, a quick pass up to Carson Perry, but it was knocked off his stick by Crevier. Minute and a half gone here to start this contest. Pass up the middle to Carson Perry, knocks it over to Riley Wood, who's in on the left side. Wood to the net and poked away by the stick of Tovell. And now coming back forward here, the Vipers stopped up at the blue line. Now coming in, Weingard. Weingard's shot was blocked, rimmed around the boards, up to the blue line, not out again. Back into the corner. Puck bouncing around behind the Strathroy net. Gurndry up to Gallant. Gallant with it again. His pass finds no one as it goes into the corner of the Rocket zone. Smith to Kindry again as the Rockets get a line change. Now pass well out of reach, and that one on goal, and it touches Tovell and makes its way into the corner. So no icing here as we quickly work back the other way. McManus cutting through the middle there. Had that one knocked off his stick. Now he throws it towards the net. This one was knocked away. Rockets back the other way. Gallen up through center. His pass onto the stick. Dundas a shot. That one blocked right into the shin pads. Now going at him with a hit in the corner. Dundas tried to stop it up. Vipers working up forward as they get up to center. Stopped and knocked down. Kostescu was trying to play that one. He's getting some ice time early on here. Pass up to the middle, and Dundas will pick it up at the blue line. Dundas in across the line. Shot. That one goes off a stick and back behind the net. Rockets trying to set up here. The Vipers just looking to try and clear the zone. They will, as that one's flipped up and down the ice. But on this fresh surface, they'll have enough for icing. And we'll get another whistle here. 3 minutes gone in the first.
Yeah, and the Vipers seem to be playing the skating tactic instead of dump and chase like we saw with the Stars last week. So it's more of a skate past the defenseman, get it in deep instead of the dump and chase. So it's really interesting to see how the Rockets will be able to adjust to that and see if they can stand them up at the midway point here between the red and blue lines in their side of the ice, because that'll be important to not let them in and get the pressure building.
Tovell is having some trouble with the net down there in his zone. Off to our left as the puck bounces out front, and he's going to cover that one up before any Rockets can jump on it.
We've seen that here before. I believe it was a St. Mary's goalie a couple of years ago. He was a big goalie, and he had a big troubles with the net because he'd always push it off easily.
That net down in the corner off to our left up here in the box, always giving goaltenders problems here as the Vipers work this one up, dumping it out into the neutral zone up to center. Ty Johnson up to Hogarth. Hogarth to center and dumping that one in on a backhand. Lee caught back to get it here as it takes a hop off the boards there and was played by the Rockets back behind the net. Now coming out with it. Thrown towards the net. Stopped by Tovell. And now picking it up down in the corner. Trying to tie up his man down there, Lavender, and Hogarth will go back to get it. Hogarth back behind the net. Pass out front. That one off a couple of skates. Bounces around before it's finally cleared by the Vipers. Back out to center. Ryan Marshall now goes D to D, and now he'll get the return pass, but that one out of the reach of him. Knocks it up to the blue line. Shot thrown on from distance. That one stopped by O'Dwyer and over top of the net. Now back behind the net here. Carrying it out. Up to the point. Looking for a shot. That one blocked. Didn't make it to the net. Picked up again. Kept in at the blue line. Thrown towards the net. It goes off a stick into the corner. Rockets and Vipers battling down low as the pass up to the point was intercepted and knocked off the stick of Johnson. Morneau now. Got Gillis with him. Morneau stopped at the line by the Rockets defender. Vipers looking to clear. Now this one's picked up. Pimentel in. Pimentel shot. That one might have got a piece of it. Tovell as it went wide. Now back out to the Rockets blue line here as they quickly try to work out. They'll just dump it in off the stick of Pimentel and go chase. His Horn is in the corner to get it here for the Vipers. Now back down low again, looking for another chance. Pimentel got Weingard on him. Pass up to the point for Kindry. Kindry will just throw it off the end boards. It takes the hop off behind the bench. Faulkner tries to get it back. He's still holding on to it, looking to try and set up, and he tried to make a move to come out front, but it was knocked off his stick. Vipers will flip this one up into the neutral zone. Knocked down by Booker. Now bouncing puck comes off to the right side. Faulkner will poke it out and get it out to center. Dumped in Vipers will get a change.
Tough break already here for the ice, moving really quickly with the cold weather outside. It's not as hard as it normally, or it's not as light as it normally is.
Coming up through center is Perry. Perry holding on to it as he made his way across the top of the circle. Nice pass to Wood. Wood holds on to it. Wood a shot. That one blocked, didn't make it to the net. Rockets still with it, had another chance there, but it was knocked away. And now a pass just out of the reach there. Might have got a piece of it as it bounces off the boards and on net for O'Dwyer to cover up.
Yeah, and to continue with that ice thing, normally when you see in the colder months, it stays that cold for a while, the ice will start to harden. You won't see as many bounces. With that temperature influx we've had recently, it's really starting to be bouncy out here, and it's not drying as quick as it normally does, so you see a lot of moving pucks faster.
You think back to even just a couple weeks ago when you got to the rink, it was 25 degrees outside. Tonight, hovering around 4 or 5, so a difference 2 weeks can make as the rink tries to adjust here. Carson Perry's up through center, leaves it for Wood. Wood back to Perry. Perry through, he scores! Carson Perry steps into the slot, fires one top shelf, and the Rockets grab the 1-0 lead.
That's key right there. Get that lead. Show that you can beat Matthew Tovell. He has been a good goalie all year, and that just proves that you can beat him. That's going to give a lot of confidence to these Rockets players going further into this game. A great shot by Carson Perry, walking into the middle of the slot, basically, and putting it glove side high and beating the tall goaltender.
What a setup by Riley Wood as well to chip that one pass right onto the stick of Perry, who came in with a chance to look for a pass. He fired it top shelf to give the Rockets the 1-0 lead. Dundas from his own zone will flip it up and get it back into the Vipers zone. Trying to chip that one forward, intercepted as Walker had that one knocked off his stick. Now Hogarth back. Rockets still inside their own zone. Trying to clear as he comes up to center. Marshall's going to pick it up and dump that one in. Takes a hop off the boards and just covering it up on the side of the net is Matthew Tovell with 13-17 to go here.
And that's Perry's second goal of the year. He got that big one last weekend here against the Stars. Carson Perry from Riley Wood, and Blake Hall picks up his first assist on the season as well.
Carried back out to center here. The Vipers looking to force a turnover. They will. It's Walker in on the left side. Looking for a pass. He'll spin into the corner. Back down low for Finley. His pass trying to throw it out into the slot was intercepted. Now an odd one from an odd angle. Covered up by O'Dwyer. Mentioned the second of the season for Carson Perry. Came into the game with 1 goal and 7 assists. Just been setting guys up, and that's mostly from playing on a line with Riley Wood, who also had 8 points. 4 and 4. That's his 5th assist of the season.
Yeah, those two have been playing really well. And one line you're going to have that goal scorer, but that assist guy is going to come out every once in a while and put a key goal up.
Shot from the point here for the Vipers, and now another chance as that one bounces out front. Off the side, Rizzo played it up to the point. Now to the net, tipped on goal. That one just wide of the net. Sitting back behind the Strathroy net, it's picked up by Kendry, who quickly passes it up as the Rockets work their way forward. Pass there was just out of the reach from Lavender. Now LaSalle to center. Trying to carry that one up forward. Barrett will just dump it down low. Kendry rimmed around the boards. Gets it up to Rizzo, who's just going to try and chip that one. Picked up. Faulkner carries it in. Faulkner, nice move. Mercs his way through. Shot on. That one tipped wide. Top of the circle here as the Vipers from their own zone look to clear. Chipped up at center. The pass from Morneau will find no one. And now inside the zone here for Strathroy as Blake Hall gets that pass. Picking up the pass from Kostescu. Kostescu throws it up at the wall, and now a hit from Pimentel, and now it's going to be poked forward. Hall was trying to come up there. It cleared out. No, they're going to say that it didn't clear. Booker holds on to it. Booker to Gillis. Gillis had it knocked off his stick. Booker again up to the point. Weingart a long shot. That one about 4 feet wide was tipped by Gillis, but still went wide. Holding on to it, they come up to the point. Shot from distance. That one stopped by the pad of O'Dwyer. Bounces off into the corner. Pimentel trying to clear. Hall roughing around Booker, and now it's picked up. Kostescu over the Hall. Flipped up over top of the blue line out to center for Weingart. Vipers go D-to-D. 11-17 to go here in the opening period. 1-0 Rockets on the goal by Carson Perry. Dumped in by Morneau. Picked up here around the glass, and that one will take a hop out to center for Lecott. Lecott trying to carry it in. Had to wait for his teammates to get onside, so he circled back to center. Now a long shot thrown off the end boards. Looking to try and get the rebound here as it bounces around in the slot. Now up to the blue line, picked up again. This one thrown on from Greenwell. Greenwell now back behind the net as the net comes off. O'Dwyer went into the post there, and I believe that is going to result in the faceoff staying inside.
And one thing I've noticed here so far, especially when they get consistent zone time in the Rocket zone, is the Vipers are putting 2 guys on the puck. They're leaving that extra Rockets player open. So it'll be interesting to see how they continue that throughout this game.
Vipers dump it down low. Ryan Marshall picks it up and now chipped up forward here. Carson Perry tried to carry it forward, and now Perry gets it again. Looked to find Brandon Ballas, but he was unable to put it on his stick. Up from center, dumped into the corner. Now back behind the net here. Picking that one up. Onto the stick of Wood. Wood's got Perry with him with a 2-on-1 here. Wood on the right side. Wood looking shot, wrestles it off the bar. Oh, what a shot from Wood, but he couldn't find the back of the net. Now Pivotel, a chance out front, pokes away at it. Stopped by Toval, and he keeps it out here as the Vipers clear up, and now a good pass lead onto the stick into the Rocket zone. Out of the reach of Greenwell. Riley Wood as the Rockets will try to work back the other way. They will. Ballas with Perry. Ballas shot and gloved down by Toval to make this save, but the Rockets had some chances.
Well, I can tell you right now, Matthew Toval just reached over and rubbed his crossbar, thanking that crossbar for the save he didn't have to make, as that puck beat him easily on the blocker side, and it would have put the Rockets up 2-0 here with 10 minutes left.
Inside the Strathroy zone, Smith with it, gets it up to the blue line for Gallant, who takes a hit from McManus. Now just trying to poke it past is Smith. Gallant still there. Gallant picks it up, pass forward up to Dundas, who was knocked off the puck by Finlay. Now Faulkner coming through, tried to throw the body on Finlay. Couldn't hold on to it here as Gallant knocks it into the offensive zone with Dundas to chase. Up to the blue line and out to center for Owen Kindry. 9:20 on the clock here in the first period, a 1-0 Rockets lead. As the Vipers work forward on the left side, and a big hit against the wall by Kindry knocks his man away. McManus a chance, and that one kick save from O'Dwyer puts it into the corner. McManus still with it, goes down low. Holding on to it here. Thrown into the wall by Smith. Smith looking to get the puck away. Gallant tried to come out with it. Gallant just waiting outside the scrum. Now McManus down low. McManus, nice move to dodge a hit. Pass out front, comes up to the slot. Shot thrown on. That one off a body and into the corner. Now another chance. Up to the point. Holding on to it. Knocked off the stick. Dundas gets it out. And the Vipers will have to go D to D here. That one off the stick, trying to find Weingard. Now Weingard up from his own zone. Holds on to it up through center. Now wide and just taken away from the puck as Hull put the body on him. Vipers from their own zone now. Just going to dump it into the corner and give chase. Barrett takes a big hit. Now Johnson holds on to it in the corner on his forehand. Trying to get this one away. Rizzo just pokes it up. Gloved by Hogarth. Hogarth a pass forward, and the Rockets will just dump it into the offensive zone. Toval out of his net to play it. This one was knocked away. Vipers get it up to the blue line, but not out. Now Hogarth chips it into the corner. Tries to throw it to the net. Bounces out front. Rockets might have had a chance there, but the Vipers pick it up. Still back down low. A chance as that one bounces off the boards and came right out into the blue paint. And now the Vipers are going to ice it on this play. And that tired unit's going to have to stay out here. A big offensive zone faceoff coming up here for Strathroy.
Yeah, and it looks like Matthew Toval can't find his footing in that net tonight. You know, the 6'3" goalie, bigger goalies can be awkward when they're in a smaller building like this. So we'll see how he can adjust going further into this game, but he doesn't look comfortable in that crease at all.
Vipers win the draw, have it inside the LaSalle zone, but the Rockets pressing here. Ballas behind the net, had that one knocked away from him. Of course, Katevsky worked it forward, but it goes right into the LaSalle bench, so They'll be able to get that change after the icing.
One thing that I haven't noticed, I haven't noticed Spencer Lacotte here at all in this game so far. Like I said, he has 8 points so far in the 9 games for the Vipers, and you'd think you'd see him more noticeable in this game, but he hasn't been at all this so far.
Pass gets out to Faulkner, who hands it off to Kane Johnson, and now the Rockets work forward. Faulkner with it again. He's got Johnson down low. 2 Rockets, now 3 in the corner as it comes up to the point. Ty Johnson holding on to it. Puts it back down low, takes a hop off the boards. Another chance there as they're banging away at it. But Tovell covers up here as the crowd gathers out front of the LaSalle net with 6:57 remaining here in the opening period.
And the Rockets seem to be outwilling the Vipers here. They seem to be getting into the more dirty areas. And like we mentioned earlier, that's where the goals are going to come from. And that's where they seem to be playing tonight so far.
Pimentel now comes up to the point. Now Marshall opposite side. His shot off a stick and over top of the line out of play. So we'll get the whistle that stays inside the LaSalle zone here. I believe it's going to come off to the right of Tovell now. And Faulkner will be there to take the draw for Strathroy. Wins the draw, back to the point. Marshall, a shot thrown on, block it away. That was through traffic. A nice save by Tovell as now the Vipers work forward, but that pass out of the reach. And an icing call against LaSalle. Just trying to find Gillis there.
And Gillis has had a good game so far. He had a big tip in front there that just went wide. He's been a good player so far for the Vipers. And we'll see if he can keep it up. See if he gets one of those tips to beat O'Dwyer on the Rockets end.
Rockets back now is Smith taken down as he goes into the corner. Booker holds on to it. Spinning to get away from danger. Back behind the net. Throws it out front. Sits in the blue paint. And O'Dwyer has to cover up. I don't think he saw that one as it came into the blue paint, but he knew it as soon as it was there.
Yeah, he tried to punch that one away with the paddle of the stick, and then it kind of came back into his feet almost right at the toe of the post, but he lost a lot of it there and was able to feel it against the pad with a teammate helping him out there.
A one-time shot goes well over top of the net. And I don't think that was off any sticks. I think he must have just got it on its side and fired it well up into the netting.
Yeah, it's that bouncing puck like we mentioned earlier. It's been affecting both teams, and that one really affects the Vipers as it brings them out of the zone.
Smith thrown forward, tipped off the stick there of Wooden. Now Carson Perry tried to pick it up. Perry had that one knocked away from him, gets up to the line but out as Kindry couldn't get there in time. Now back into the Strathroy zone. Smith rimmed around the boards, turned over, shot to the net. That one stopped. Rebound comes out front, and O'Dwyer makes the save, but the rebound is put in as the Vipers have tied the game at 1. And I believe it was Crevier, the Rocket killer, finds the back of the net here to tie it at 1.
Yeah, Crevier's had 3 points in the last 2 games against the Rockets. So him and Shane Horn were 2 guys that have come in that have been those Rocket killers, and he gets another one here to tie this game up with 5:53 left in the first period. Be good to see the Rockets come out here and battle test to see if they can get that one right back.
All started with the pressure from the Vipers as they worked their way in. Smith rimmed one around the boards, and then it was right onto the stick of a Viper who carried it in. Is now a chance at the side of the net is going to be covered up by Tovell, so we'll get a face-off inside the LaSalle zone. Turnovers have been a big part of the Rockets' game in a negative way so far this season, and another one there costs them a goal to tie this game at 1.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It looked like it was going to get out as the short glass here kind of carried it out, but it was just able to get by or get to that tall defenseman's stick and then into the zone deep.
Vipers now through center. Hull able to knock that one away, but quickly Greenwell had to push that one forward. Gallant hands it off as now the Rockets work down the ice, and it will be an icing call here against Strathroy. 5:16 to go here in period number 1. We're all tied at 1 now after the goal from Crevier. Walker to take the draw here against Hogarth for Strathroy. Hogarth is the one to win it. Now his pass gets up to the blue line, but not out. Knocked away. Finley tried to knock it forward, but Walker throws it back into the LaSalle zone for Weingart. Weingart wheeling here from his own blue line. Carries it into the offensive zone. A shot will go off the stick of Johnson and into the netting, out of play.
We're seeing the Rockets get in those lanes and affect the shots, which is really good to see. Take off some of the shot pressure for your goalies. We've seen them outshot on multiple occasions here, and the goalie's been able to be the ones to bail them out. But it'd be nice to see the defense. It's nice to see the defense stepping up here and helping them out.
This one around the boards, gets up to the hash marks. Poked forward, picked up by Faulkner. Faulkner couldn't get past McManus, who will throw it off the glass and out. Back into the Strathroy zone, now chasing this one down. Ty Johnson had Finlay right on him. Johnson up to the blue line and out here as they clear up to center. Dumped in by Faulkner. All the way around the boards. Now looking for a long pass. Leacott's got a man on him. Turned over behind the net, looking for a chance out front. This pass intercepted. Cleared back out to center for Ty Johnson. Johnson to Marshall. Back to Johnson, who's having some trouble at the blue line, and now he knocks this one away. Rizzo hands it up forward to Lavender. Lavender couldn't hold on to it inside the line here. The Vipers take control, pass out to center. Now carrying this one, Walker. Walker had that one knocked off his stick by Smith. Carrying it forward, Kane Johnson. Johnson's got Pimentel with him. Pimentel shot to the net. That one whale wide blocker side. Flipped up and down the ice onto the stick of Kindry, who gloved it down. Kindry passed it, but the Rockets were looking for a change and another turnover. Now Barrett tried to cut to the net here. And Barrett goes hard into O'Dwyer, but then hard himself into the boards as O'Dwyer covered that one up.
Yeah, it's been a back and forth period so far. There hasn't really been many scoring chances since the goal there, or even before the goal. That was a broken play again on the turnovers for the Rockets. So we'll see if they can muster something up here. Like you said, 3:35 left in the first period.
Horn with it now, down low for LaSalle, back behind the Rockets net, knocked off his stick by Kindry. Kindry pass up Pimentel. Pimentel looking for it, out of the reach of Hogarth and down the ice. And Borowitzki will watch that one go for an icing. 3:19 to go here in the opening period. All tied up at 1. Face-off will be off to the left of O'Dwyer inside the Strathroy zone. Kicking it up to the blue line here. Now Pimentel up through center. Dumps it in. He's the first one to get it against the end boards. Taken into the boards here. Kane Johnson back behind the net. Tried to reverse it to Pimentel. Now Kane Johnson holding on to it here. Couple nice moves to get away there. Had it knocked off his stick. Now he gets it back. We'll dump it back down low. Pimentel tried to reverse pass to Hogarth. It's picked up and picked off here as the Vipers come forward. Katevsky lost it, and now Riley Wood carries it up on the left side. Wood into the offensive zone. He was the only one there. Tried to make a move to get past 2 LaSalle defenders and could not. Vipers back to center. Trying to carry this one up forward was Drouillard. Hall across the center ice line and dumps that one in. Now he'll go get it in the corner. Got Riley Wood with him, trying to keep this one alive. In the corner, looking to clear. 2 Rockets right on him there. Pass comes up to Booker. Booker dumped in. Morneau back behind the net. Now Perry will chip it past. Go and get it as Ballas once again up and into the netting. Just on that short glass on the right side, and it goes out of play, so the face-off, they're going to say it's off a stick, so the face-off will come outside. I thought that one was shot right by Ballas over top of the netting.
Yeah, it looked like it went right over top, but apparently it caught a Viper stick. Break for the Rockets, and it'll put them outside their own zone with an offensive chance here.
Chance here, Ballas He worked in. Pass out of the reach of Wood. It was a little bit in the air as well. Now the Rockets try to set up and come inside the offensive zone. Dallas battling with it. Tried to throw it towards the middle for Riley Wood. Back behind the net. Perry. Perry looking out front. Dallas shot. That one goes off, sticking into the corner. Now up to the point. Kept in by the pinching Johnson, and now back behind the LaSalle net for Leacott. Leacott off the back of the net to himself. Throws it up and down the ice, but not enough for icing, so Marshall's got to hustle here as he tries to get this one away. Now the Vipers carry it in. Looking forward on the other side. Marshall intercepts this one. Now Marshall will carry it up forward to center. Thrown around the boards and all the way around to the opposite side. Carson Perry down low. Knocked off his stick. Crevier on the opposite side. Final minute to go here in period number 1. Faulkner dodging bodies, gets that one up to center. Knocked off the stick there. Gallant tried to poke it forward. Couldn't get it past the LaSalle defense. Back down low, Barwitzki. Now holding on to it, Faulkner in the corner. Faulkner makes a move to get away. He's taken down. No call from the official. Rockets bench wanted one. 35 seconds to go here in the period, and the Vipers work back the other way. Pass out to the slot. This one intercepted. Now carrying it forward, Dundas. Over to Faulkner. Faulkner pass just out of the reach there, and off the stick of Pavia will be covered up by Toval.
Yeah, that's been a few there off odd man rushes for the Rockets. I believe that's about 3 or 4. 2 of them have led to scoring chances. One ended up in the back of the net too. So it's interesting to see how many. We saw them a lot last weekend against the Rockets. Against the Rockets with the Stars. Now it's the tables have turned, and now the Rockets are taking advantage of a very offensive-heavy Vipers defense.
Turned over and kept alive as Toval didn't want to cover that one up. Vipers work it up to center. Just a dozen seconds to go here in the period. Pavia on the left side cuts to the middle there. Greenwell couldn't hold on to it. Rockets with another chance here as Dundas throws it up to center. Weingart just going to hold on to it, passes it up to the blue line, but the Vipers won't have any time as the horn will go and time expires in period number 1 with the score tied at 1 after 20 minutes of play here in Strathroy.
I think that's probably one of the best periods the Rockets have played to start the game this season. A really well-balanced offensive, defensive. They covered what they needed to in the zone. We'd like to see the turnovers be a little bit less, in my mind. But either way, you've seen both sides doing really well offensively and defensively, getting the chances on the top goalie in the Western Conference. Like I said, he doesn't look comfortable. There's something going on with him that is not allowing him to feel comfortable in that net, whether it's be that net moving a lot on the post. Remember, this is a community rink. This isn't the Bud Gardens where you can drill the hole in, make it all nice and hard for that. So it'll be interesting to see how he can adjust going forward and if he does get comfortable in the net.
So 1-1 after 20 minutes of play. Carson Perry got the scoring started for Strathroy on the goal assisted by Riley Wood and Blake Hull. And then Crevier tied it up for the Vipers a little bit later on with that goal that was forced from the turnover. Matt, you mentioned the turnover is one thing you'd like to see the Rockets fix up. They have been struggling with that throughout the first few games this season. They fixed it up a little bit, but obviously still here, it's the turnovers that will end up costing you goals.
Yeah, and you can see that anywhere from all the way at the lowest level in, Tyke and Adam hockey, all the way up to the pro leagues too. So turnovers are going to cost teams. You got to make sure that you're able to capitalize them when you get them on your offense chance, but eliminate them in the defensive chance. And if you are going to have them, you want them in the offensive zone if you're going to have a turnover.
So the Rockets and Vipers tied at 1 after period number 1. A couple other games going on in the GOJHL tonight. One in the Western Conference we're watching on as the Kamoka Kings out in front to a 5-1 lead over the Chatham Maroons over in Kamoka at the Wellness Center. Chatham will see Strathroy tomorrow as they host the Rockets at 3:30 down in Chatham at the Memorial Arena. So the Rockets, I'm sure, would love to see maybe Chatham get pummeled a little bit over in Kamoka, maybe wear them down. At the same time, you're going to see a Chatham team that I imagine wants to come back out with a little bit of vengeance tomorrow.
Yeah, and the biggest thing, too, is Kamoka's only 2 points up. You almost want to see Chatham win that game or almost go to overtime and nobody get to the 2 points, get the 1 point each. But the likelihood of that right now, Kamoka scored 5 goals in that first period on 15 shots. That's really big for that Kings team, especially with the Knights picks that they have. Easton Cowan already has a goal, and so does Caden Johnson, both London Knights draft picks.
So that's what's going on around the league. It's a 1-1 score here in Strathroy as we will go to break and get set for period number 2. You're watching Rockets hockey here on Hockey TV and listening on the Strathroy Rockets YouTube page. The following live broadcast of Strathroy Rockets hockey is made possible thanks to our generous sponsors. Andy's Legendary Pizza, located at 10 Metcalf Street West in Strathroy. Commonwealth Financial, located at 370 Albert Street in Strathroy and online at commonwealthfinancial.ca. Carpet One Floor and Home, located at 325 Caradoc Street South in Strathroy. All Season Concrete, located just outside Strathroy, and visit them online at allseasonconcrete.ca. MNP Accounting, Consulting and Tax Services, located at 6 Front Street in downtown Strathroy. And by Middlesex Chiropractic. Visit them at 117 Thomas Street in Strathroy. The following is a live presentation of Strathroy Rockets hockey. Aspro's in alone. Daniel Aspro, breakaway, scores! That's to the net here, still has it. Over to the side, center, scores! Well, we welcome you back inside the West Middlesex Memorial Centre. Greater Ontario Junior Hockey League action here from Strathroy, and it is a 1-1 score after 20 minutes of play. The Rockets got the first goal, but the Vipers battled back and tied it before the period expired to make this a 1-1 game. Good evening. I'm Noah Smith. Matt Hiscox alongside me tonight for the call. And Matt, what did you like about that first period? We'll start first with the Strathroy Rockets, who got on the board first, got the goal there from Perry, got themselves the early lead, but then the giveaway ended up tying this game at 1.
The great things, it was a well-balanced period. You saw the team actually play on both ends of the ice and get the shots on net. They had a lot of shots on net that period, a lot of chances on the top goalie in the league, and they made them count. When they did get the good chance, one hit a crossbar that looked like it went straight down almost from this angle, but they made every chance that they got count, and they played well in the defensive zone. Not many chances for the Vipers to get a goal, and when they did, it came on a turnover.
The Rockets 1-1 here against the Lasalle Vipers. As mentioned, Carson Perry, the goal scorer for Strathroy in period number 1. Scored at the 6:07 mark there, assisted by Riley Wood and Blake Hull. Stefan Crevier, the goal scorer for LaSalle, heard that before here in Strathroy. Nick Pavia, Jack Greenwell with the assists at the 14:07 mark of the first period.
And Pavia continues his point streak, the longest, I believe, active in the GOJHL at 10 games with 12 points in that streak. So he continues that streak for himself and the Vipers going forward.
Shots on goal and even 10 apiece in that first period of play as the teams get set to take the ice here for period number 2. And they'll swap sides as Tova will come over to the right net, and Gordy O'Dwyer, who stopped 9 of 10 in that first period, will head over to the left side as we get set here for period number 2.
And it's interesting to watch the goalies come out, especially in this period. Obviously, it happens in every period for a goalie like Tovel in there. And he did it in the first period. When he comes off the bench, he makes a big loop around the face-off dot to his right and then into his net. He's done it every period so far. Obviously, that's a mental thing. Goalies are a little weird when you look at them. They're standing in front of frozen rubber.
Well,
but
you would know all about the goalies being weird, wouldn't you? A former goaltender yourself.
You
have your habits.
Yes.
It's kind of like, I'll relate it to being a pitcher in baseball, which I was. You have your weird habits. If you do your job, people aren't going to question what you're doing out there.
Exactly. And like I said, he's top in the Western Conference, 11th overall in the league. So obviously whatever he's doing is working for him. We'll see if the Rockets can maybe break something here and get a lead again in this second period.
Set and ready as the puck's down for period number 2, just inside the LaSalle zone here. As the Vipers go D-to-D, looking to work the puck up ice. They will, as that one goes off the stick and into the corner. Marshall now around the boards, off the skate, now worked up to center ice and just out of the reach there for Strathroy. Now Morneau taking a quick pass, looking for a shot. That one whistled off the post. What a chance there for Booker, but he couldn't find the back of the net. Hogarth now, just inside. Hogarth's shot. That one whistled wide of the net. Up to the point, kept in by Marshall. Marshall tried to throw it towards the net there. Goes into the corner and takes a nice, healthy bounce out for Gillis. Bouncing around Berdusco now with it. Berdusco flipped up into the air, knocked away. Kane Johnson gloved that one down, and Pimentel will throw it into the LaSalle net as Leacock plays it back behind, and puck bounces up to the blue line. A shot from Riley Wood just thrown towards the net there. And although the Vipers wanted to keep that one alive, they didn't really have much choice with where it landed on Tovel.
Yeah, that's a hard read for a goalie. Not a hard read, I should say. A hard bounce in a goalie. When it hits you in the chest and bounces, instead of hitting you in the glove, it bounces between your leg. That's scary. First of all, it's scary, but it's also a hard play.
Right off the draw, Rockets tried to get a shot off. They couldn't. Now puck comes back down the other way. Chance coming in. Greenwell couldn't hold on to it there. And as he's taken into the boards, a big hit. Vipers still in control here inside the Strathroy zone. Up to the blue line. Not out. And now finally it is out. Up to the lineman. Perry tried to knock it up to Brandon Ballas, who was working his way into the offensive zone. And now Greenwell, another chance there. Greenwell, a shot. That one wide of the goal. Puck bounces out to center. Knocked over to the opposite board. Carson Perry into the corner against Weingard. Dodges the hit as Weingard was ready to line him up. Thrown up through center. Smith now with it. Smith off the boards, down the ice, onto the stick of Brandon Ballas. Ballas tried to drop it for Perry. Perry will pick it up in the corner. Now Chance throws it towards the net. Chance out front. And Riley Wood on the doorstep. And the Rockets, just a minute and 53 seconds into the second. It's the line of Wood, Perry to get him back into it.
What a play by the Rockets. Got him down below the goal line. And it didn't look like there was going to be much of it, but a little pass in front. Tovel couldn't handle it, going underneath his stick, across the crease, all the way from post to post, and a little chip over the pad into the back of the net. Puts the Rockets up 2-1 here, 2 minutes into the second period.
So it didn't take long here as Carson Perry and Riley Wood worked their way into the offensive zone and gave the Rockets a 2-1 lead. Up to the point now, looking for a shot. That one, big pad save by O'Dwyer as the Vipers now inside the Strathroy zone pressing. From the corner, Faulkner, now a penalty on the way here. We'll wait and see who it's against. I believe it's going to be a tripping call, and I think the Rockets are going to head to the power play here.
Yeah, that was tough. That was past our view with the Heaters here in the way. But yeah, it will be the Rockets going to the power play here with a 2-minute trip to McManus here, and it'll come to our right. The Rockets looking to build off that great goal here, giving them the lead, and see if they can get a third one to give them a little comfort zone here.
So face off inside of the LaSalle zone. Trying to clear, they'll get it up to the blue line, but not out, and now they'll get it down the ice. As O'Dwyer will have to come out and play it. He has Walker right on him. Plays it up to Perry. Nice pass to get him up ice as now Perry carries it up through center into the offensive zone. Over to Ballas. Ballas will spin. Trying to get that one away as the Vipers hard on him in the corner. Riley Wood back behind the net. Over to Ballas in the corner. Ballas up to the point. Smith to the net. Redirected. Chance on the rebound. Stopped by Tovel. As Wood had a number of chances there, but Tovel gets the pad down.
And the Rockets' goal here, we've gotten the goal here. Riley Wood from Carson Perry and Brandon Ballas. Riley Wood's 5th of the season already. That is, I believe, leading the team in goals so far. Great little chip over the pad again. I will commit him on that one.
Vipers looking to clear. They'll get it out to center. Over top of the stick of Smith, who has to make a move at the line to get the puck alive here for Strathroy inside their own zone. Getting ready to work up ice. Stuck inside their own zone. Can't get out. Now finally they will, is carrying it up. Riley Wood in across the blue line. Wood was shot. That one stopped by Tovel. Big rebound came out up to the blue line, kept in by Kendry. Over to Smith. Smith around back behind the net. Just out of the reach of Wood. Perry now with it. Knocked away to the other side, and he takes a hop off the boards and right into the blue plane again. Tovel's had that a couple of times to him tonight where the puck takes a hop off the end boards and finds its way right out in front of him in the blue paint.
Yeah, and the Rockets were able to take advantage of it. Yes, it wasn't a chip off the boards, but it was from back in that territory on a pass, and it gets out in front. And like I said, he still doesn't look comfortable in that net, and he's got to get into this zone if he wants to help his team get another victory here.
Off the draw. Chance to clear, and the Vipers will. All the way back to Gordy O'Dwyer. 35 seconds to go here on the man advantage. Rockets power play this season clocking at 15.8%. They got 25 seconds left here. Now a turnover. Morneau in. Trying to get it on his stick pad. Saved by O'Dwyer as he goes into the boards now. Driard back with it. The Vipers just going to hold on to this one inside their own zone. I don't imagine they're in any hurry to get rid of this one as they Throw it up to center ice. Picked up by Johnson, but with 8 seconds to go here, and now another turnover. Driard works it forward here into the offensive zone for LaSalle. On the left side, shot to the net, stopped by O'Dwyer. Net comes off as O'Dwyer slid into the post here, and the official right there to blow that one dead. But the Vipers kill the penalty here. They get out of it unscathed. Just a few shots on goal for Strathroy during the man advantage.
Yeah, and they're 7th in the league on their PK, and that showed they were very aggressive on that. One thing, a stat that I'm going to bring up for you here, St. Catharines has been shorthanded 30 times this year in 10 games. They have a 100% penalty kill. You don't hear that ever. Through 10 games, maybe 3 or 4, but in 10 games they have a 100% penalty kill, being shorthanded 30 times.
Impressive total for St. Catharines over in the Golden Horseshoe. Rockets 0 for 1 tonight so far in the power play. Now Perry intercepts one, hands it over to Wood. Wood just throws it towards the net and gloved down by Toval, who elects to cover this one up after he thought about it, but Perry was right there. So they'll get the face-off inside of the Rockets zone.
The Rockets seem to be playing a little more aggressive on the puck, getting after that puck, making the body check when it has to happen, and keeping that puck in their control.
Right off the draw, the face-off was won forward, and Carson Perry threw it towards the net. No one was there, an easy cover-up for Toval.
And on that goal, on the second goal, Perry has his second point on the night here.
Up to the blue line, kept in. No, they're going to say it got out as Smith couldn't hold the line.
Very close on that one. Looked like it was going to bounce and stay in, but it took a little bit of a bounce on the outside there, and it was quick back into the zone.
Carson Perry, Riley Wood, both with a pair of points tonight. Goal and an assist each. Ballas now with a chance. Ballas to the net. That shot goes off a body into the corner. Just tries to chip it on goal here. He does. And it's going to be covered up there by Toval. 4:59 gone here to start the second period. And I'm not sure if we got an injury or... Yeah, it looks like down in the corner there, Borowitzki slow to get up.
I can't tell. He was pointing at his foot when he went down. It looks like it's either an injury or a skate issue because he pointed at the ref he wasn't wincing like he was injured.
No, and when he first went down, you saw him test almost like he was testing the edge of the skate. But
yeah, and he's going right off.
They're pointing to it, and I'm not sure if he. Can you tell if there's a blade on that skate? They didn't take anything off the ice.
I didn't see them pick anything up.
On there,
yeah, it looked like he's lost something in his skate or something disconnected in the holder of the blade. Either way, he's off to the locker room for repairs. It looks like.
Some of the skates nowadays, even here in junior hockey, aren't quite what they used to be. You can take the blades out with just a quick snap as they use them for replacements. Keep sharp blades on hand at all times, especially at the higher levels. But
well, my good pal Spencer Stayhauser works for the Sting, and he has 4 sets per guy in the OHL, so that's incredible.
Shot on, will whistle wide, and now the Vipers down low. A chance at the doorstep there. That one thrown over top of the net. Up to center. Gallant chasing down the Vipers inside their own zone. Leacott turns this one over. But just outside the line there was Faulkner. Walker with it now into the offensive zone. Drops it. Shot to the net. That one gloved down by O'Dwyer. Poked up forward. Now carrying it up on the right side. Dundas. Dundas in across the blue line. Dundas tries to throw it towards the middle for Gallant. Had that one knocked away. Marshall intercepts it. Keeps it alive inside the LaSalle zone. Back behind the net. With a man on him, looking for it. Pass out front. Gallant couldn't get the shot off in time. Had a chance right in the slot there. But he couldn't get the shot off, and now weaving forward into the offensive zone. Walker, a nice move through his legs there. Hands it off. Driard shot. That one whistled over top of the net, and then bounces right off the glass, and almost was a great opportunity there for the Vipers. Faulkner now. Faulkner a shot. Stopped by Toval. Hands it off down low. Pimentel just out of his reach. Pass up and down the ice, and an icing call coming against LaSalle.
And a quick update from over in Kamoka. Big game, like we mentioned in the intermission there, that we were watching. Kamoka and Chatham 2 points up, or 2 points back of the Kings and facing the Maroons tomorrow. 6-3 now, 2 minutes left in the second period, so the Maroons are making their way back into that game.
Far from over, as Barrett has it now for LaSalle, poking it up forward, and now right out front of the bench there, it's going to be covered up by O'Dwyer. Had Weingard coming in on him, so he just elects to cover.
I'm surprised you haven't used Weingard winds up yet so far in this game. I know you like your little puns here, and you know that's one I've expected I haven't heard yet so far.
I might trip over my words if I throw those like sounds together. In the corner, Johnson trying to spin away. He's got Lavender right on him. Now a chance as it bounces right back out front, and the Rockets will escape danger there. As now a pass up onto the stick of Lavender into the offensive zone. He's up against Weingard here. Outnumbered in terms of the height category. Weingard stands at 6'6". Back behind the net here. Dodging a hit there. Picked up Johnson. Johnson looking for it. Flipped into the neutral zone. It bounces over a stick, and the Vipers work into the offensive zone. Shot scores! Barrett beats O'Dwyer on the blocker side. And we are tied at 2.
And that was a bad bouncing puck there. Bounced through the neutral zone a couple times, bounced over a few Rocket sticks, and then bounced on to the stick there. And a quick shot right across basically the line. Took the shot into the back of the net. And it looks like it's his first point or first goal here in the league as they collect that puck onto the bench for him.
Off the draw, it's won back by Strathroy. Up to center, carrying it forward, Johnson. Johnson stopped up as he entered the line. Now carrying it up, Katevsky to Barrett, the goal scorer here, as he takes a hit right out front of the LaSalle bench. Picked up Faulkner. Faulkner, pass over to Johnson, just tipped wide out of his reach. Barrett's first point of the season. The goal to tie this game at 2. Trying to pick it up again as he tried to work his way forward. Knocked off the puck was Johnson. Finlay will pick it up and dumped in by Horn. Rockets quickly trying to work up ice. Carrying it forward. Kindry into the offensive zone. Had that one knocked away from him. Now trying to get it back. Battling in the skates. Kept inside the line. Kindry back down low. The Rockets with a line change here. At least a start up front as Riley Wood onto the ice. Wood there. Throws it. And that one, I believe, hit the netting before it could reach the LaSalle bench. But it sent everyone there ducking. Especially the gentlemen without helmets standing in the second row.
Yeah, those are a little bit weary. Even when you're standing there, the net's there, you know the net's there. But sometimes we've seen it in baseball where the ball has come through the net over at Labatt Park.
At the blue line, Carson Perry now. Perry will dump it in. This one will go off the stick of Toval into the corner. Back behind the net for Dundas. Dundas trying to work that one away. Ty Johnson will pinch from the blue line to come in and help out. Johnson holding onto it. Tried to throw it towards the slot there. Lee caught with it back behind the net. Up to center. Gillis with Morneau. Throwing the body on him, Marshall. Marshall right up through the middle. Throws it off the glass and now back out to center. It's knocked down with a high stick. So it'll be whistled as Morneau knocked that one down. Approaching the halfway mark here of this contest. Halfway mark of the second period with 11:02 to go.
And the Vipers goal, Gabe Barrett from Paul Johnson and Andrew Kotskiv on the goal. Actually all three of them had their first point of the season or first assist and first goals for them.
Crevier now, shot on pad, saved by O'Dwyer. Back behind the net, and now Carson Perry up right through the logo at center. Perry into the offensive zone, shot to the net. Couldn't get much on it there as his glove down by Toval. So the Rockets with a face-off inside of the LaSalle zone. 10:42 to go here in period number 2.
See if the Rockets can get a good response here. They've had good responses so far when the Vipers have scored.
Trying to find that one out to the slot. Spinning and firing. Chance on goal. That one stopped. Ballas with it now. Back behind the net for Perry. Perry tries to shovel that one out front. Ballas in the slot. Ballas shot. That one didn't make it to the net. Hit shin pads out front, and the Vipers quickly back the other way. Working to center. Knocked away. Brandon Ballas on his stick. Got to work quickly here. Pass over to Wood. Wood in on the left side. Stops it. Hands it off. Faulkner trying to carry it forward here. This one gets out of the way. Past Hall. Out to center. Crevier. Crevier to the net. That one was just looking for a redirect. Couldn't find it. And the Rockets will clear back out to center right out front of the Strathroy bench.
And things have opened up here a lot more. A couple more odd man advantages here going both ways.
Nice pass. This one finds Crevier. Crevier in. Crevier shot. Pad save. Pavia with the rebound. Couldn't get the shot off. And now they throw it towards the net. That one hits off the back of the net. Now back down low. Greenwell to Crevier. Crevier had that one intercepted by Hogarth. Trying to poke it forward, and Dundas chipping that one. Now Dundas to go get it. He was tripped up a little bit there, possibly by himself, as Hogarth will knock that one away at the blue line. Gloving it, Katevsky. Katevsky tries to split the D, works his way through, couldn't get a shot off. Pass up forward here as the Rockets look up ice. Onto the stick. Chance for Gallen. He's got Dundas. Back to Gallen. Oh, and they missed the net. Chance back out front, and they stopped. Rebound. Chance scores! Oh, my goodness. As Hogarth finally buries. Chance 1, chance 2, chance 3, and finally they find the back of the net.
I'm at loss for words here, Noah. It was a 2-on-0 coming in, missed a wide open net there, and then it came back around, hit a shin pad, came back out to the slot with a wide open net. Tolev was in the corner after the second save that he was trying to make, and a wide open net put in the back of the net from the center of the slot. Rockets are back up here 3-2.
Had about 4 or 5 really good chances on that last rush. And they finally find the back of the net to regain the lead, now 3-2. From their own zone, LaSalle tries the long pass up to center. Faulkner now at the penalty box. Picking it up here, Ty Johnson. Johnson across the line, shot wide. Up to the blue line, kept in. Trying to carry it forward. Walker poked off the stick and now on the right side into the offensive zone. Knocked away. Bounces out front and a good chance there. Marshall goes to get it. Back down behind the net as it's carried out by Katevsky. Katevsky hands it to no one into the corner where Johnson takes a big hit. McManus now, he dodges a hit, picks it up back behind the net, still in control. McManus. Pass to the slot, nobody there. Still holds on to it at the line. Almost had this one knocked away. There to go get it in the corner. It's McManus to Johnson. Johnson up to the point. Shot to the net. That one just out of the reach of the glove of O'Dwyer. Up to the point again. Leacott fans on the shot. Still holding on to it here as he walks across the line. Hands it off into the corner. Vipers getting a change here. Pass over. Berdusco to the slot. This one redirected. Bouncing around, and the Rockets will go get it here. Gets it up to center, and Faulkner will dodge the hit, get it in, and the Rockets get a line change out front and a penalty on the way here. It's going to be an interference call as the Vipers work their way forward. Goalie out of the net. Off the draw, thrown towards it, and touched up by Hogarth. And the call, interference, will send the Vipers to the power play here with 7:17 to go in the second.
And the goal there for the Rockets to put them up 3-2 here about a minute and a half ago. Caden Hogarth from Dylan Dundas and Owen Kindry with the third assist on that. Like I said, that was just a mountain of chances there for for the Rockets, and they'll see if they can kill off this penalty here, as the Vipers have the 8th best power play in the league.
Weingart at the top, hands this one off. Back up to Gillis. Gillis looking, shot that one off a stick and then sent down the ice back into the LaSalle zone. Gillis back to pick it up here for LaSalle as they look to work up ice quickly. It's Gillis. Gillis in, knocked away. Back up. Weingart steps in, shot that one off a stick and over top of the glass, out of play. And we'll see, I believe they're going to say it went off a Rocket stick, so the faceoff will stay inside. 30 seconds gone off the penalty.
And the Rockets did a good job there of keeping the chance to the outside of the ice there, and that'll be key to keep this speedy Vipers team out of the middle of the ice to keep the chances to a minimal and keep this lead.
Up to the point. Finlay keeps it in. Finlay looking, shot. And easily seeing that one is O'Dwyer. Not a whole lot of traffic out front.
And we can both hear Coach Jason Williams here making adjustments on the fly as he reacts to the Vipers' power play here, trying to make sure that they keep this lead.
Finlay couldn't hold on to it at the line off the faceoff, so it comes back out to center. Pavia will take it back inside the LaSalle zone, get set to come up ice once more here on this man advantage. Up to center, now dumped in. We'll take a hop off the boards. O'Dwyer there to play it. It comes up to the blue line. Horn, shot on. That one stopped, bounces around out front before it's cleared by Kendry. And they'll get a line change here.
The Vipers don't seem in a hurry either to get this puck moving as they let the Rockets basically make that change and come up ice here.
Shot off and gloved down by O'Dwyer, so they'll get a face-off inside the Strathroy zone. 39 seconds left on the man advantage. One thing to point out there, Matt, we saw last week in Kamoka on the Sunday afternoon game, the Rockets got burned on the penalty kill because all four of their defenders went to go change when they had the long change in the second period. Not the case here tonight, as we saw one guy stick back no matter what.
And that's what you need to see, is you got to keep that guy on the ice no matter how bad that you need a change.
Up to the blue line, kept in here. Bardusco to Leacott. Leacott hands it off to Walker. Walker tried to go back down low. Off the end boards, McManus will pick it up behind the net. McManus up to Walker, back to McManus, looking for a pass out front. Chance there, that one's stopped by O'Dwyer, cleared off to the boards. Perry will pick it up, and now Perry works it forward here. He's got his stick tied up in him there as this one's knocked away. Pimentel dumps it back in. Back to even strength here is Faulkner onto the ice. Rockets kill off the penalty successfully here as Leacott tries to dance his way into the offensive zone. Leacott up to the point for Bardusco. Bardusco's pass out of the reach there. Knocked away but unable to clear Pimentel. Carried on Leacott. Leacott cuts to the middle. Pass out front just out of the reach of Walker. McManus now with it. Tried to pass to himself. This one picked off, sent up down the ice, off the stick there, and chased down by Hogarth. He's got the goal to make it 3-2. And now he's dished down in the corner. A big hit there as he met the defender. McManus on the left side. Tried to cut in. Lost it at the blue line. Kicked up there, and Katevsky will dump it back in. 4:25 to go here in the second period. A 3-2 Strathroy lead as Dundas works it in. Dundas a shot and off a stick out of play. We'll get a face-off inside the LaSalle zone.
And that one almost went over the protective netting that we mentioned there earlier in behind Toval. As we look back over in Kamoka, heading into the third period, 6-4 game. If you're Chatham, that's exactly where you want to be now after being down 5-1.
From their own zone here, the Vipers set to work up ice. Carrying it forward, Weingart. He just weaves his way in past everyone using that big 6'6" frame. Carried off the half wall by Morneau. Now handing it off back down low, Johnson. He's got Barrett with him. Hands it to Barrett. Barrett on his forehand. Back down low again. Johnson stripped to the puck there. Hogarth trying to get it away. Up to the hash marks and out to the blue line, but not out. Gallant trying to poke it up, and now he finally gets it back out to center. Weingart now. Pass to Morneau. Morneau to the opposite side. Finlay at center. Flips it to the opposite corner. They'll go chase. Around the boards, past Hall up to Dundas. Dundas Pass to Carson Perry. Perry dodges the hit from Gillis and dumps it in. Perry, first one on it, back behind the net. The hustle, up to the point for Hall. Hall walks across the line, shot to the net. That one kicked aside by Toval. Dundas hands it off down low. Pavia, first one there to get it for LaSalle. He gets it up. Barrett, pass to Gillis, off the stick of Gillis, just inside the Strathroy zone. Picked up by Hall. Hall, a long pass. Ballas, now gloved down by Riley Wood. Wood, but he couldn't hold the line, as they're going to say it was just outside the blue paint.
That's a tough call there, as it was a really big stretch pass off the boards here from the winger up to Ballas here that was already at the blue line on the change, and it bounced over into his bob, almost like a bobbling catch for a football player there as he tried to get across the line and beat the defenseman.
2:40 left here in the second period. Vipers try to work it forward, goes through the skates of Gillis, and a quick pass up from center for O'Dwyer. It's Ballas working it in. Ballas into the corner, had that one knocked off his stick. Booker just out of his reach, and now kicked back up. Pavia over to Gillis, knocked away. Carson Perry through center. Perry able to get away from danger there as he was weaving through the defenders. Back down low. Perry was knocked off the puck, and now a long pass will come forward onto the stick of Gillis, but he's offside, and now a fight as Carson Perry's getting into it just down in front of the blue line. Perry battling, and he's taken down to the ice there by Berdusco. And I'm not sure what happened there between those two. It's kind of at the back end of the play.
Yeah, and I was actually watching up here. I saw them both go into the corner as the play was coming up ice, and then they just it looked like they were going to go their separate ways, and then there was an offside on the Rockets' end to the left of us, and the fight here happened down to our far right. So really interesting to see what happened there on that fight.
I mentioned Perry was taken down behind the play. There was no call. I don't know if he was taken down or they just got tangled up on their way back up to their feet, but obviously they took exception to one another, and the fight began just inside, about 5 feet inside the LaSalle Vipers blue line, and it actually broke up what was going to be a pretty good scoring chance for the Vipers as Gillis brought it in across the line.
And interesting, it was offside, and the bench was actually yelling at the linesman there because it was just like the play here. He was behind the blue line and couldn't make that call right on the line, so he was making that call out of what he saw from where he was. The bench wasn't happy, and that's when the referee actually blew his whistle for the fight.
So both those players to the bench, or to their locker rooms, pardon me, and now a penalty coming here as the shoves continue now, just one inside the Strathroy zone. I didn't see the penalty here, Matt, I'll be honest.
I didn't see it either. It was almost like it looked like it was an interference call in the corner, but we'll see what the call is here. And it's a high stick call, and it's going to the Vipers. So a really bad place to make a call, or not a call, a really bad place to have a penalty, as you are all the way down in the offensive zone, and you now are bringing back into your defensive zone and have to kill a penalty.
Yeah, Jack Greenwell going off for a high stick here. And that'll put the Rockets on the power play here for essentially what is the remainder of this second period with 1:53 to go. Smith over to Kindry. Kindry return pass looking shot. That one stopped by Toval. Rockets trying to work quick here on the man advantage. Riley Wood holding on to it here. Woods pass intercepted. Back the other way comes Crevier. Crevier working in. Shot couldn't get a whole lot on it. Was knocked off his stick. He was looking for a call on the play. Riley Wood trying to find a long pass up to Ballas, who is standing still. Leacott intercepts it. Leacott cuts to the middle here. And now carrying it up to center, it's Riley Wood. Wood into the offensive zone on the right side. Drops it for Faulkner. Now back behind the net. Faulkner holding on to it here. Comes out of the corner. Up to the point for Smith. Smith back to Faulkner. Back to Smith. Smith looking to the net. Rebound chance. Fired wide there by Ballas. In the corner now. It's Leacott with Wood right on him. Coming out with it, Faulkner. Faulkner pass to the slot. Up to the blue line, but not out. Smith Down low, pass to the slot, and out as the Vipers clear with 50 seconds to go in the period. Kendry pass, and it's out of the reach of the Rockets, and an icing call. That could not have gone worse.
No, and the Vipers were on a change there, so he had time to hold it for a second there and still get his teammates a chance on the odd man rush, but he ended up jumping too quick. The forwards for the Rockets run a change, and it's back in their zone, but quickly they're going to move it out here.
Kane Johnson quickly forward, dumps it into the offensive zone. Johnson tied up against the wall. Comes out with the puck, still holding on to it here. He's knocked off. Getting it and sending it down the length of the ice here as it comes right on goal for O'Dwyer to play it. 20 seconds to go here in the period. Looking for the pass. Hogarth with it. Hogarth to Johnson. Johnson returned to Hogarth, and a chance there. Couldn't get the shot off. Had Toval down as it's bouncing around to the corner. 6 seconds to go. Cleared up and out. And now chasing it down here. McManus with a second to go. Shot on and stopped by O'Dwyer. Didn't look like he was going to have time, but was able to chase down the puck and get a good shot off before time expired in the period.
Yeah, that was a really good last-second shot for the Vipers as he was able to come in and get it in on the glove side of O'Dwyer. So we'll see if the Rockets can hold going into this period or into the third period. Remember, they're down a few men here tonight, so this third period is going to be a real tough test for them against this top team Vipers.
A few guys out of the lineup with injuries, suspensions, and now their captain has left the game after getting in a fight. So the Rockets will have to come back out for the third period of play and try to hold on to this one-goal lead, a 3-2 lead after 40 minutes of play. Here's the scoring summary if you're just joining us after the second 20 minutes. 2 periods complete here. Carson Perry and Stefan Crevier were the goal scorers back in the first period. And then Riley Wood got things started for Strathroy in the second, a minute and 53 seconds in. Perry and Ballas picking up the assist. Gabe Barrett from Paul Johnson and Andrew Katevsky for LaSalle tied it at 2. And then it was Caden Hogarth on what was probably the Rockets' 5th chance on that rush. Finally finding the back of the net. Dylan Dundas and Owen Kendry will pick up the assists. And that is where we sit after 2 periods, a 3-2 Strathroy lead.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but I noticed that period looked almost sloppy from both teams. A lot of odd man rushes both ways, a lot of missed passes, a lot of sloppy play. I hate to double up on my words there, but there was a lot of sloppy play going both ways. Not a lot of rough stuff till about the last 5 minutes, but it kept going. The puck kept bouncing. Odd man rushes, bad defense, led to a few more goals in that period.
So we'll take a break here for the second intermission. The Rockets will come back with 7 seconds left on the man advantage, and then they'll try to protect that 3-2 lead they have when the third period comes around. It's 3-2 Rockets. You're listening and watching on Hockey TV and the Rockets YouTube page, Strathroy Rockets Hockey. The following live broadcast of Strathroy Rockets Hockey is made possible thanks to our generous sponsors. Andy's Legendary Pizza, located at 10 Metcalf Street West in Strathroy. Commonwealth Financial, located at 370 Albert Street in Strathroy and online at commonwealthfinancial.ca. Carpet One Floor and Home, located at 325 Caradoc Street South in Strathroy. All Season Concrete, located just outside Strathroy, and visit them online at allseasonconcrete.ca. MNP Accounting, Consulting, and Tax Services, located at 6 Front Street in downtown Strathroy. And by Middlesex Chiropractic. Visit them at 117 Thomas Street in Strathroy. The following is a live presentation of Strathroy Rockets hockey. Aspro's in alone. Daniel Aspro, breakaway, scores! That's to the net here, still has it. Over to the side, center, scores! Well, we welcome you back here, just set for the third period from Strathroy, as the Rockets have a 3-2 lead over the visiting Lasalle Vipers here in GOJHL action on a beautiful Saturday night here in Strathroy. The Rockets will come back with 7 seconds left on the man advantage, so not really a whole lot of time, but possibly a chance to get down into the Lasalle zone and get set up here, at least get something going to start the third period.
I got to go back to your beautiful comment there for a second. It's a little colder than what we're used to here already. I know we're Canadian, I know winter's coming, but that temperature, I believe, Wednesday was about 21 degrees. We're hovering around.
It's all over the place.
We're hovering around the single digits. Let's get back to the hockey, though. Great period, though, for the Rockets, as you got 2 goals in that period. 2 goals that really you like to see. They're dirty, gritty goals that we mentioned in the pregame.
Yeah, the Rockets came back. A couple of goals in that second period. The Vipers got one as well, but a 3-2 Strathroy lead heading to the third.
And this is only the second time that the Vipers will trail heading into the third period, down by a goal here.
The Vipers coming in to this game. One other game where they've been trailing heading into the third period. Matt, the other one, do you know? Wednesday, September the 29th, when the Rockets were in LaSalle. So the Rockets have been the only team to lead after 2 periods of play against this LaSalle Vipers team, who has been leading after 2 periods in 7 of their games so far this season. So the Rockets, they'll see if they can hold on to it. That game in LaSalle, Vipers came back to tie it, took it to shootout before Strathroy ended up winning that contest.
Yeah, and you got to hold on to this period. In this period, you don't want it to go to extra time. You're already down 7 guys. Yes, you've got some call-ups, but those 7 guys are key members. And now you're down an extra player, even now, with Carson Perry getting the 5 in a game for the fight there in the second period.
The Rockets, when leading after 2 periods of play so far this season, have at least picked up a point in all those 4 games. 2-0, 1-1. And they'll see if they can do so again here tonight. They'd love to get out of here with a regulation win against an always tough LaSalle Vipers squad. They'll have to do so. Starting with the man advantage and then seeing if they can add on to this 3-2 lead. Matt, I've got a feeling that 3-2 is not going to be the final score we see tonight.
No, I see a few goals being potted, and getting the 2 points tonight would be key, especially with that game over in Kamoka. Looks like Kamoka's going to get the win there. That'll keep them 2 points still behind the Kings going into tomorrow's game.
Dumped in and off the stick of Riley Wood. He picks it up, will throw it forward, carries it in. Wood on the left side. Wood cuts to the net, gets onto the side there, and he was stopped by Toval. Vipers will clear as the net came off behind Toval as he slid into it hard to stop Riley Wood. Rockets had a good chance early on here, just 20 seconds in.
Yeah, and Wood actually tried to go around Toval there as he got him down, got him to bite hard on that first move, and then went around him trying to get through or behind the outstretched pad and in the net. And Toval was able to get the extra foot back around to keep it out and then kick the net off in the process.
Draw one off to the side. Smith will keep it inside the zone for Strathroy. Riley Wood looking for the slot, just missed Hogarth, and will come all the way back down into Strathroy territory with Greenwell chasing it down. Got it to the net, and a pad save by O'Dwyer to kick that one away. Jeff Greenwell came out and was speedy getting down there into the Strathroy zone and almost got a good scoring chance out of it.
That was a really smart play by Gordy O'Dwyer there as he actually kicked the puck back across his body and was able to cover it up for the whistle. But that puck was kind of sitting there in the slot.
Shot on from the point, tipped and wide into the corner. Up to Leacott. Leacott's shot, that one also off a stick and wide. Back behind the net here. Good chance on the doorstep, and O'Dwyer having to make the save there. Not his toughest of the night, but the Vipers getting a couple chances here. Number of whistles already, 50 seconds into this third period.
And I think I mentioned to you how quick that second period went. This third period I don't think is going to be as quick, as there's going to be lots of chances both ways in this one.
Around the boards, Marshall tried to chip that one up to Pimentel, and it was kept alive inside the zone. And with McManus coming in on O'Dwyer, he'll have to cover up. So we've had, 3 or 4 whistles already, and we're just a minute in to this third.
And you want to see the Rockets, yes, like I mentioned, they've been down guys. They're down their captain. You hope that fight that Carson Perry gave these Rockets a little more boost here to get through this third period.
Faulkner up through center and across the blue line. Past Riard into the corner. Chipped away from him. Marshall will keep it alive. Marshall back down low. Just out of his reach there. Now holding on to it. Dundas, a shot. Couldn't get it on goal. Marshall back down low. Turned over into the corner for Pimentel. Pimentel out into the slot. Holding on to it. Oh, and a glove save by Tovel as he comes across and robs Faulkner.
That is the 6'3" frame of Tovel coming into use there as he was down and out, stretched all the way across the top of the crease there, and was able to put the glove out and reach back and pull that one out of the air, keeping this a 1-goal game for the Vipers as they look to come back. But the Rockets have managed a lot of pressure here early in the third period.
D-to-D inside the Strathroy zone as they work it out past the LaSalle bench. There to go chase it down in the corner. Johnson out into the slot. Chance that one thrown off the side of the net. Back behind the net here as bodies continue to fly, and the Vipers work their way out of their own zone up to center. McManus chips that one past Hogarth. Got it back through. Gallant now chasing it down. Picking it up and taking a run at him there was Walker, but it's dumped in and shot on goal there by Gallant. Has McManus at the line. Not out. Kane Johnson kept it in. Now a pass back to Blake Hall. Hall up to Wood, who's just onto the ice after a line change. Dumps it into the opposite corner. Not hard on the forecheck here as the Vipers work it out to center quickly. Off the shin pads there, through the skates of Hall and into the corner. Leaving it for his man, back down low, Morneau to get it. With Hall right on him. Looking for options. On his forehand, spins back down low for Morneau. Booker couldn't get that one away. It's up to the point, but not out. Now shot to the net. Blocked by Hogarth on a backhand. Dumps it out where it's gloved down out of the air by Vallis, and Riley Wood tripped up. Quickly back up to his feet. Hall and Kendry on defense here for the Rockets. Looking to get this one out and down the ice, past Weingard into the LaSalle zone. Throwing the body, Wood with it. Wood holds on to it. Chance, and they couldn't get the shot off there as Morneau went hard into his own goalie and took the net off with him.
And you see the look of Tovel up at Monroe there. Sorry, trying to give him a little laugh of, okay, we knocked the net off. Let's get back into this. And it'll be a face-off in the Viper zone here. As you see the Rockets, they'll come out here and try and get some more chances. They've had a lot of chances here already in the third period.
Rimmed around and out for LaSalle. Pass off the boards, picked up Pavia. Pavia knocked forward. Into the corner, Faulkner around. Dundas tried to chip that one past, he'll get it. Pass up onto the stick and just out of the reach of Pimentel. And now Johnson forward for LaSalle. Johnson over to the net, couldn't get it over as it's kept alive by Pavia. Trying to cut to the slot there, knocked off the stick and back out to center. Dumped in. Smith knocks it down. Faulkner with it again. Almost over and out of the reach as Dundas will come in, but offside. Charged against Strathroy.
And that puck is still bouncing around in the zones for both teams. It's going to be a tough one to keep the puck settled as they'll look to get more and more chances. but you might see a few pucks off some bodies that will lead to more chances as we go through this third period.
Marshall will take a long shot on from just outside the blue line. It'll be covered up by Tovel. So we'll get a face-off inside LaSalle zone. Just over 4 minutes gone here in this third period of play.
And we see Bathwell, it looks like, as he comes back, he was the one that went down with the skate problem there about halfway through the second. He's just returning now here almost 5 minutes into the third. So he must have had a big skate repair or something more went wrong than what we just saw.
Dumped back in, and Tovel out to play it. Takes a funny hop off the wall, picked up and thrown into the air. It'll hit off the rafters, and no one blows it down from the officiating crew, so we'll play on. Johnson off the wall. He'll dump it down the ice. No icing as Horn had to play on it, so back inside LaSalle zone for Barwitzki. Barwitzki holding on to it. Riley Wood intercepts that one. Wood then knocked it down, had Hogarth on his side there as Ballas works forward. Ballas onto Wood. Wood to the net. Good chance stopped by Tovel. And a penalty coming on the way here. We'll see who it's on, and I believe a hooking call coming against LaSalle on that play.
You could hear the calls for the penalty shot. And Tovel's slow to get up here. He's not getting up very quick after going down with the player sliding into him. But it'll be a hook on the Vipers as Wood was hooked going in on that shot. Lost a big chance. It was close to being a penalty shot. You could hear the bench was yelling for it for sure. But instead it'll be a 2-minute power play for the Rockets.
And one of the best Vipers off as well as Crevier took the penalty. Shot from Johnson on that one stopped. Bounces out front before it's finally off into the corner. Trying to clear here as LaSalle gets it up onto the stick and just out of the reach of Greenwell. Rockets here on the man advantage. Trying to find a goal to put them up by a couple. Ty Johnson for Marshall. A dangerous leave, but it works out in their favor as Marshall works it forward. Marshall into the corner. Around the boards over to Ty Johnson. Johnson to the net. Bouncing around. Chance out front. They score. No, it's waved off. And oh no. Tovel kicked the net off here, and the official waving it off. Faulkner had a sure goal.
And we've seen this in the past where it's been called a goal because the goalie knocks it off. But this one, they're calling right back right away. And I'm really surprised on that one. That was a sure goal. It was over top of Tovel. He was the one that kicked the net off.
That is tough to swallow for the Rockets. Tovel's still there with his helmet off behind the net, taking his time. I'm pretty sure, Matt, he knows he got away with one there.
He, as a goalie, like we mentioned earlier, you know you get away with one. It's pretty obvious. That's a tough one.
Dumped into the Strathroy zone. Morneau's there to get it. Morneau's shot whistled over top of the goal. Back for Ballas. Ballas up forward. Gets past the defender into the corner. Rockets trying to set up here. It's Riley Wood. Wood at the hash marks. Pass up to Kendry. Kendry shot. That one gloved down by Tovel with 57 seconds left on the man advantage.
And if you're the Rockets, you got to keep the pressure going now. If you're the Vipers, you're thinking, okay, we got away with one there. Now we got to get our chances so that the Rockets don't get a chance here to get that fourth goal because you're getting down into crunch time here soon to get that goal back.
And now McManus gets a chip off the wall in his favor. Comes in. McManus to the net. Oh, stopped by O'Dwyer. Got the pad on it. Kendry spins to get away from danger. Here's the Rockets now with 40 seconds to go on the man advantage. Work into the offensive zone. Ballas trying to find Wood in the slot. Gets it to Hall. Hall shot on. Chance for Wood at the doorstep. Couldn't get it towards the net there. And Tovel just going to pounce on that one and cover up with 30 seconds left on the man advantage.
This has been a really good power play for the Rockets. Really, it should be over by now, though. But you look at what the Vipers are, like I mentioned earlier in the game, they're 7th in the league in penalty kill. So this has been a really good success for the Rockets, even if you don't come out with a goal here.
shot through traffic, but seen by Toval, who makes the save. Rockets trying to get something through the net here with 23 seconds to go on the man advantage. As we mentioned, it looked like they had that goal to put them up by 2. But they'll have to do it again. Over to Hall. Hall on the other side. This one whistled over top of the net. Still holding on to it. Looking for options. Faulkner to the net. That one stopped by the pad. Holding on to it and cleared down the ice. There's O'Dwyer there to play it, but the penalty will come to an end here. And the Vipers have a successful, if you want to call it that, penalty kill. A little bit of a break on the no-goal call. Faulkner up through center, still holding on to it, in across the blue line. Faulkner on the left side, back behind the net. Lost that one into the stick of Toval. Now he takes a hit into the wall. Trying to carry it up forward. Out of the reach and takes a hop wide of the net for an icing call against Lasalle. So they'll have to bring those guys back out onto the ice who are trying to sneak in one last change.
And you want to talk about cutting close on that play there. That went right through O'Dwyer. Probably could have slipped a piece of paper in between him and the puck. But either way, it's back in the Viper zone.
Chance towards the net, knocked away by Toval. Kane Johnson battling to try and get this puck through for Strathroy. Knocked up to center. Marshall picks it up. D-to-D, Marshall again. From his own zone. Pass just out of the reach of Kane Johnson. Johnson flipped it forward. Now knocking it down. Ty Johnson. And a big hit there by Weingart to knock down Kane Johnson. From their own zone now. Pavia lost it in his skates. Up to center. Back to Pavia. Continues to lose it here as Pavia takes a big hit from Pimentel. Now the Vipers carry it in here. Staying onside. Johnson gets through. Johnson cuts to the net. Lost that one. Trying to bang away at it. It goes into the corner. Up to the point. Shot through traffic and gloved down by O'Dwyer. And the crowds gather here, as they will. 11:51 to go here in the third.
And I think we're going to see a little more rough stuff here as we check the scoreboard. It is a final over in Kamoka as they get a 7-5 win over the Chatham Maroons. That game turned out to be a lot closer than what we were seeing. It was 5-1 at one point. The Maroons made a game of it, but a 7-5 final there.
Quickly from his own zone, Brandon Ballas gets it into the offensive territory. Leacott spins and gets away from Wood, and then the pass will take a hop off the boards just out of the reach there as Kendry picks it up. Kendry's pass. Couldn't get it past Crevier. Now he does. Gets it up to the blue line. Pass quickly up to Riley Wood. Wood tried to get that one past Leacott. Lost it. Leacott comes in on the right side. Into the corner. Pass out front. Stopped by O'Dwyer. And he covers up there as it's blown down. And no goal as the Vipers celebrating. But that one waved off by the official. O'Dwyer made the nice save on the one-time chance, and I don't know if he ever had a hold of it, but that's what you're going to get here with just one official on the ice. He has to blow that down when he loses sight of it.
Yeah, exactly. O'Dwyer made a great save on the one-timer as he caught it with his pad sliding across. But hey, tip for tat here. One goal called back and a good call, or maybe an early call there in the Rockets' favor with 11 minutes left.
Carrying it in, Walker. Walker pass, Greenwell to the net. Stopped by O'Dwyer. And Greenwell with his palms up to the sky looking for a call on that one. Trying to get anything he can out of the man with the bands on his arms.
Yeah, and Walker's there really throwing his gums around, trying to get, it looks like, maybe a call or even a Rocket to engage with him. But I don't think you're going to see the Rockets engage too much. They're going to try and stay as clean as possible, make sure that they don't give the Vipers any way back into this game and keep them as clean as possible.
Inside the Strathroy zone around the boards, Leacott keeps it into the blue line. Walking with it is Walker. Shot to the net. That one goes to the opposite corner. Leacott looking for an option. Keeps it in at the blue line. Opposite side to the net, and they score. O'Dwyer was knocked down, but he's not going to get the call, it looks like. And the Vipers have tied it at 3.
And that's a tough one. You saw all 5 Rockets go over to the official there wanting a call on the goalie interference. You even saw O'Dwyer go over, but either way, it's a tie game, 10:46 here in the third period left.
So the Vipers have tied it at 3. And we got a tie hockey game with just over 10 minutes to go here in the third. Faulkner working. Faulkner to the net. Stopped there. And it goes into the corner. Gallant coming in to assist. Dundas shot. That one stopped and the rebound came out front, but was covered up again there by Toval. Face-off will be off the Toval's right inside the LaSalle zone. And the Rockets getting in their last second line change here.
And if you're the Rockets, you got to get on them here, get another chance, forget about the goal, and go back into your game here.
Marshall to the net. That shot blocked, goes into the corner. Vipers trying to escape danger, get this one out of their own zone. As things getting physical here in this third period. Katevsky on the left side, shot to the net, kicked away by O'Dwyer. Now back behind the goal line there. Kane Johnson hands this one up. Cleared off the glass. Pimentel to chase it down. The Vipers trying to knock this one away. They'll dump it in. O'Dwyer's out of his net to play it. Throws it around the boards. McManus. McManus past him and past Weingard back down into the LaSalle zone. Long pass down the ice and wide of the goal. An icing called, and Papian Katevsky right on the linesman there, saying that O'Dwyer got a piece of it.
Yeah, and I missed that. I was looking down at my notes here to see what was going on here, but it looks like there's a lot of arguments that are going both ways here throughout this early 10 minutes of this third period. So no team, or both teams know that the one edge could give you the game.
Shot from Kendry goes off of Katevsky and over the glass out of play. 9:42 is what remains here in the third. This is a tie hockey game at 3. And as you mentioned, both these clubs not too keen of the officiating, especially here in this third period. Smith tries to clear it, can't get past Pavia. Now he does. Riley Wood flips it up into the air. There to chase it down, Ballas. Ballas with it. Tried to leave for Wood. Wood wasn't there yet. And it's cleared out by the Vipers. Smith, Kindry, and then off the stick of Hogarth into the offensive zone. Off the half wall, Booker. Up to the point for Kindry. Kindry to the net, kicked aside as Toval made the save, and it goes out of play.
And it's interesting to see Toval's kind of trying to get officials to give him the early whistles here and make it right away, as he knocked that one above the line here in to point that it was out of play, and he's right on the official saying that he knocked it out. He's right on the man with the stripes here.
Marshall, point shot blocked, didn't make it to the net here, and the Vipers try to work it back to center, but Marshall knocks it away and dumps it in. Dundas chases it down. Pass comes out the opposite side, cleared off the boards and out to center. And it was touched. They're going to say it was touched by Strathroy and Hogarth first. So, pardon me, Faulkner. 8:51 here in the third. Tie hockey game, 3-3.
Strathroy leading in shots right now, 11-8, 33-30 are the totals. So they're getting their chances, what they need. They need a big one here with the last 8 minutes to play.
Long pass up, knocked off the stick of Barrett, back to center where it's thrown forward. Gallant got Dundas with him. Back to Gallant, a shot. That one stopped by Toval. Picked up behind the net by Dundas. Gallant. Dundas stopped. Rebound picked up here by Finlay, who gets it out to the blue line and then sent down the ice for an icing call once again against LaSalle.
And there's been a lot of those. I've lost track probably of the amount of icing calls we've had, but it seems like the sloppy play has led to a lot of those so far, but it leads to a lot of chances though. So if you're the Rockets, you want to make sure that you take advantage of these icing calls. If you're the Vipers, you got to stop doing them, especially now with a tie game.
Off the draw, Hull plays it back down low. Riley Wood looking for a chance out front. That one stopped. Hogarth got the one-timer, but Tovel was right there. Up to the point, Hull to the net, redirected. Another chance as it's held on to here. Back down low. Now at the side of the net, holding on to it, comes out front. That one is blown down as the net, I believe, comes off again.
Yeah, the net was come off, and that's what happens. We've mentioned it before in past seasons with big goalies. You get the net knocked off a little easier, and that's what's happening tonight. Tovel taking a little bit maybe of advantage of it, but we don't want to put too much into that as the Rockets will still get a chance here with the faceoff to his right.
Shot from distance was blocked, didn't make it there. Kostescu played it and was turned over here as Morneau hands it off to Barwitzki, and now at center ice, Ballas will spin. Ballas up to Riley Wood, just out of his reach. Barwitzki in the corner. Hogarth down low is the lone Rocket in the corner. Riley Wood comes in to help out. Losing the stick, Ballas. Now he'll get it back. Vipers take control. Looking for the long pass. That one out of the reach of Greenwell. No icing, as they're going to say Kostescu took that away from him. Cleared back out to center for Weingard. 7 minutes to go here in the third period as Weingard sends it down the ice, and an icing call coming here against the LaSalle Vipers.
And you see a quick line change with Dundas, Faulkner, and Gallant coming over the boards right away. And there's no hesitation on it. Right away, get the guys over the board, keep this tired unit out there, and make sure that they don't have any chance to rest.
Up to the point for Kindry. His shot through traffic, block it away by Tovel. Now up past and cleared, and it's going to be a foot race, but Greenwell was knocked down and couldn't make it to there. Now Greenwell throwing the hit here, turned over, shot that one wide of the goal. Pavia another chance. This one whistled wide, comes up to the blue line. Holding on to it here. It's going to be turned over. Chance for Gallant. Gallant pass up. Dundas just out of his reach. He'll have to go get it behind the net. Dundas trying to chase that one down. Here's the Vipers send it down the ice out of the reach of Crevier. And an icing call, unfortunately, against LaSalle.
It looked like a bounce right at the blue line there for the Rockets. Tough when they have that. It was a 3-on-1 going back into the Vipers zone there. Would have been a great chance. Lots of passes there. Almost like what we saw on the third goal earlier. Either way, we got a face-off back in the Vipers zone.
Around the boards and out to center. Marshall will dump it right back in where it came from. Another chance. Pass trying to find out its way over. Out of the reach. Now back down low. Holding on to it behind the Strathroy net. Still has it on his forehand. Katevsky lost it. Turned it over. Back the other way comes Kane Johnson. Kane Johnson over the line. Drops it to his brother. Shot thrown on. That one stopped by Tovel. Kicked aside the other way, and now the Vipers look to come back up ice. Marshall intercepts it, knocking it forward there just out front of the LaSalle bench and sent down the ice for an icing call. This game looks like, at least in my eyes, Matt, that it is getting sloppy as we go along here.
Yeah, sloppy and sloppy and sloppy. And like I said, I don't want to say it's the teams being sloppy. It's a lot of it has to do with the bouncing puck. But the teams I think are playing into it more and more as the game goes on and not being able to control their passes and make clean passes either.
Holding on to it, goes up to the point. Shot intentionally wide. Doesn't help the Rockets as now it's knocked down at the blue line again. Looking for it, shot thrown on. Tovel makes the save. It's Pavia back behind the net now. sent down the ice. This bouncing puck is going to be off the side of the net. And an icing call against LaSalle. Roy Dwyer's been good at that so far tonight, at making sure that he is right up against the post, but keeping anything that is going to be an icing, an icing.
You got to get those when you can. If you're going to have an icing call, and he's been getting cold too. You think he hasn't had many shots this period, so he's got to be in tune with that puck. He's only faced 8 shots this period to the 15 that Toval's faced. So he's not as warm as what you'd think.
Chance in the slot, and Toval makes the glove save. Gallant point blank had a chance, but couldn't beat the Vipers goaltender.
And make that number 16 there that he's faced just in this period. And that, like I said, that's tough on a goalie. So you've got to be locked in on any time that puck is near you. So that's why you see him. He's really tight on that post anytime that icing's coming.
Point shot well wide of the net. Bounces all the way back out to center. Kindry now. Couldn't hold on to it. Walker for the Vipers. Into the corner. 3 Rockets right on him trying to get the puck away. Holding on to it. Walking out. Shot that one wide of the goal by Gillis. Barwitzki at the point. Over to Horn. Horn to the net. Blocked. Smith throws the body. Gets it away. Hall. Dundas tries to find Gallant. That one was knocked away, and Walker picks it up. Comes forward for LaSalle. 4:40 on the clock. Drops to Booker. Booker back in the slot. Thrown towards the net. That one stopped by O'Dwyer. Up to the blue line. Not out. Thrown off the glass. Picked up by Marshall. Marshall. Long pass and tried to find Dundas, but he couldn't. And this time it's an icing against the Rockets.
That's tough. The Vipers were on a change there, trying to get a defensive change, and the Rockets had a player in behind the forwards, and he would have been gone off to the races one-on-one with Toval there.
Point shot by Weingart, stopped by O'Dwyer.
And you'll see the Rockets complete a change here after that icing. They got one just before the icing, but now they'll finish it and get a fresh set of troops out there, as the Vipers will also get a change here. 4:19 left. You're going to see a lot of hopefully tighter play than what we've seen for the first 2.5 periods.
Chance for the Vipers. Knocked to the corner. Kindry cleared up to the blue line. Not out. No, they're going to say it did. Or it's a high stick, pardon me, as the official called that one. Weingart trying to say that just because I'm 6'6" doesn't mean anything over anyone else's normal height is a high stick.
The shoulders are about a foot taller than most guys. Even Hogarth out here, he's probably got about almost a foot on.
Into the corner, Hogarth to go get it for Strathroy. Rimmed around the boards, comes out the opposite side for Crevier. Crevier looking for a pass. Just out of the reach there of Morneau, but he's able to knock it ahead into the corner. Looking for a chance out front. They couldn't get the shot off there. Rockets all over the Vipers here. It's Ballas. Ballas from his own zone. Up through center, knocked off his stick. Kindry back to Smith. 3:30 to go here. As it's dumped down the ice, tipped in by Riley Wood. And the Rockets will get a change.
4 guys in on one. As you see, the Vipers wanted a penalty on that one.
Toe drag move to the net, knocked away. Staying on his feet, unable to hold on to it there. Knocked away. Kostescu couldn't hold on to it for Strathroy. Pass up to the LaSalle bench. They'll carry it in, jump it into the opposite corner with 3 minutes to go. Blake Hall back behind his own net. Rimmed around the boards, up to the line, not out. Kostescu right on his man. Back behind the net, Pavia. Pavia's got Johnson right on him, hands it off. Kostescu tries to come out front. The net comes off here. They're going to keep the play alive as the Rockets move up ice. Pimentel cuts to the middle, still has it. Backhand to the net there. And well wide, was just looking to see if there was a pass option. Nobody was with him. Top of the circle. Rockets colliding as the puck comes back down into their zone. Katevsky to Leacott. Leacott below the line, tries to cut through. Had it knocked off his stick. Cycles back down low. Still holding on to it here. Walker up to the point, nobody there. Leacott went for a change. Dumped in by Horn. There to get it. Now this one's turned over. Coming in, Barwitzki. Barwitzki a shot. That one goes off a stick. Off onto the boards at the side. Now back behind the net. Walker tried to pick it up here. He's got a rocket right on him. Tries to come to the slot. This one knocked away. Cleared up to the blue line and out as Barwitzki kicks it back to himself just inside the LaSalle zone. Vipers pick it up. 90 seconds to go here in regulation. Game tied at 3. Cutting to the slot here, looking for a shot. That one was knocked away. All the way back out to the LaSalle bench. Weingard looking for a pass. Knocked off the stick of Walker. Marshall will pick it up. Marshall got Dundas with him. Will flip it off into the corner for Riley Wood. Wood back behind the net. Wood comes out front. Nobody there to pick it up for Strathroy. And now fanning on that one. Trying to clear here are the Vipers. Faulkner has that one flipped over top of him. Back to Marshall. Marshall knocks down the puck. Gets up to Riley Wood. Wood steps in. Shot glove down by Toval. He's going to keep it alive. No, he's going to cover it up there with Dundas coming in on him. Yeah. 54 seconds to go.
Dundas turned on the Jets there. As soon as he saw that puck hit the glove of Toval, he didn't want him to play that. He wanted a face-off in the zone, and that's what they'll have. 54 seconds left here in the period, and if you're the Rockets, you just want to keep it down there. Keep it away from your net. Don't let them get any chances, and at least get this game into overtime.
Comes back into the Strathroy zone for Owen Kindry. Hands it off to Smith. Back to Kindry in the opposite side. 40 seconds to go here in regulation as the puck dumped down the ice off the stick of Weingard and into the LaSalle zone. Trying to clear up to the blue line. The Vipers will get it out. Coming the other way, Greenwell. Got a little bit of a chance. Greenwell, he scores! With 26.6 to go, Jack Greenwell. And the Vipers lead 4-3.
And that's tough. A 2-on-1 coming in. The defenseman trying to play the pass for the goalie. And O'Dwyer just looked deep in his net there. And it beats him top blocker side. Tough for the Rockets, as all you were trying to do is keep it out of your zone and keep the puck to at least force it to overtime. Instead, you're down 4-3 here. 26 seconds left in the period.
26 seconds to go, and Faulkner to take the draw here for Strathroy. One back. Gallant picks it up over to Marshall. Marshall just to dump it in. He will get it in. O'Dwyer to the bench. Around the boards, kept into the corner. Shot to the net, redirected into the corner. Marshall back down low. Extra attacker on now for Strathroy as the puck bounces out front here. And it'll be blown down. Not sure why. That's off.
And we'll see a timeout here. They're trying to call the timeout here is Jason Wilms by the Rockets. 9.1 seconds left in the third. The game's not over till it's over. The face-off's in the Viper zone. It's where you want it if you're the Rockets and you've got all your top guns out there. This is when you need your best shooter to get the puck in his hands and get the puck on net. And everybody to make those dirty goals happen.
The Rockets last Sunday in Komoka tied the game with under 10 seconds to go. They've only got 9 to work with here. And an offensive zone face-off after the net came off.
And if you're the Rockets, you kind of like that net came off. It gave you the face-off in the zone. If you're the Vipers, you got to win this face-off. If the Rockets win it, there's a lot of chance. You're going to see probably 3 to 4 guys rushing that crease, getting everything they can in front of Toval. As you see Wood, Ballas, Hogarth, Faulkner, Smith, and Kindry. I wouldn't be surprised if Kindry's the man with the shot here.
Tied up off the draw, just sitting on it here. Goes off to the side. Smith to play it. Time will come down. And now, stick knocked away there, and we'll see some shoving as we will. There's 1.5 left on the clock here. I don't imagine they're going to add anything to that, although they probably could add maybe 0.4 seconds.
And you see the Vipers bench wanting a call on that too.
Off the draw. Vipers will hold on here. The late goal by Greenwell. And it is a 4-3 win here for Lasalle on the road. The Rockets came into the third with the lead, and they were unable to hold it, unable to pick up a point, and they dropped this one 4-3.
Yeah, it's a tough third period for the Rockets, but you look at the first two periods, they played well. They played the best probably hockey we've seen them play all year, especially against one of the top teams in the league. Unfortunately, they weren't able to hold on to that third period lead.
So the Rockets fall 4-3 here to LaSalle on home ice. Quick turnaround, though, as they are back in action tomorrow in Chatham. 3:30 is the puck drop at Chatham Memorial Arena. We're on air at 3:25. And make sure you join us there from Chatham. That does it for us tonight. Noah Smith, Matt Hiscox, we thank you for listening and watching with us on Hockey TV. 4-3, the final score for the LaSalle Vipers.